Fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code JOBRO. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Explain to the Dak doubters or the Dak critics why they miss the plot with him and why he's as good as he is.
Is he still? Yeah, of course, he's still getting flack.
Yeah, always. It never stops.
Dude, people don't understand what a quarterback can do for a program when you have as much integrity and as much leadership as he does. Like, truly, like, galvanizing to an entire franchise. And, like, obviously that will never truly come through unless you've been in a locker room with him, if you've been around him, if you've worked out with him, trained with him, if you're around him for an extended period of time at all. It's so clear to see, like, his energy, his leadership is truly infectious. Like, the best leader that I've ever been around, probably in my life. Like, and then to go out and to do the stuff that he does on the field and have the success that he has, it's like completely validated to like how he is as a person. Everything that he does, like that leads up to just a 1 week performance on Sunday, and then to go back and do it all again, and to do it consistently. I think just as a young player myself, when I came in, having him as like kind of a beacon of like, all right, that's how I want to be. Like, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
He's one of the, like, I owe so much of my career to him and my success to him. And he'll probably deny it, but like, you know, that's just who he is. He's humble as hell, but like, he believed in me before I did. You know what I mean? Like, I was a young guy doubting myself at times, like rookie, second year. And like, he didn't give a damn. He's like, dude, the ball is coming to you. Like, because I believe in you. Here you go.
Yeah.
Like, serving up opportunities. Just like, I don't know, man. I literally cannot say. We could be here for 30 minutes singing his praises. I fucking love the guy.
That was Dalton Schultz talking about Dak Prescott 2 years after being let go. Yeah, that's the opinion Dalton Schultz has. Good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is the off season. It's the off season. The Eagles are no longer Super Bowl champs. You know what I love? You know, I literally love the hate that I get. You know, it's funny because I get so many emails from Eagle fans that are, you know, we're living rent free in your head and everything else. And they get so worked up about what I say. The amount of power and control I have over them just by talking about them is amazing. And the Bang Bang Niner gang, something's wrong with y'all. Something is wrong with y'all. You know, one of them sent me a picture of some 49er fans that are all holding up signs about how much they hate Dak Prescott. Is it really that big? I would think that you would be hating Sam Darnold right now, who just won a Super Bowl in your house. I'm just trying. I figured y'all'd be hating Matthew Stafford, the guy you play twice a year, who's lighting you guys up. But y'all worry about a team that y'all say doesn't matter, that hasn't won anything in forever. And you're worried about a 60-year-old guy who does not work for the Cowboys organization, is not part of the regular media of ESPN, you know, like Dan Urlowski or Stephen A. Smith, or hell, even, Skip Bayless, okay? Y'all literally get your emotions worked up by what I have to say. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! That it will cause you to fire off an email about how bad I am. And it is funny because I even had one 49er fan said, dude, I will send you $100 a month for 12 months if you just stop posting videos. I'm like, dude, $100 a month? What the fuck is that? The fuck is that? I said, bro, you could send me $100 a day and I wouldn't give this shit up. The fact that I can trick your emotions and cause a reaction from you, man, that's good as gold. That shit is as good as gold. So we're here in the off season. And I dare say we are about a month away from legal tampering. It is February 9th. On the 11th is the NFL New Year. It's literally a month away. And keep in mind, there's only 28 days left in this month. Oh, let me talk about my wonderful ladies. Shout out to Lady Libra, double dipping on both channels. We've got the lovely and talented Holly Pierce. What's up, Holly? We got Jeff Lee. My name is Jeff in here. We got Tony Boo. What's up? We got Marcus Blackmon in the house. We've got Thomas Garrett. Now, Mark, with his Sidney Poitier voice, in the house. Welcome, everybody. We've got Logan Motorsports. What's up, Logan? How are you doing tonight? We got Will Santiago. What's going on, Will? We got the dirty, nasty Sanchez in the house. We got Shane Devlin in the house. What's going on, Shane? And Comic Flick Fishing. What's going on, Comic? Hey, Mark, another fading season, but I'm optimistic and pray Jerry Jones does moves in free agency moving forward. Go Cowboys. Yeah, we're all optimistic on that. We're actually hoping that we really are going to do something. But, I got to say something. Okay, this doesn't really have much to do per se with the Dallas Cowboys. But it has to say with actually all of us. Okay? You always hear about NFL players that 4 years after being out of the NFL are divorced and or broke. And you sit there and you think about, how could you be broke? Bro, you got, $20 million contract a year. D-Law admitted that 3 years in, his accountant said, bro, you ain't got no money. Des Bryant, 2 years in, owed a couple $1 million to his agent. There's an old saying, a fool and his money are soon departed. And I get it. You're young, you got money, you want to live the life. But I think it was about 2 weeks ago, it was a former, I think it was an Eagle offensive, he was a journeyman player. But he was only in his 50s. Former football player who was killed in a homeless encampment. Let that sink in for a second. Former football player killed in a homeless encampment that he lived in. You can look at some guys and say, yeah, I can see that happening. When you think about Tyreek Hill and his anger issues and all of the baby's mamas while he was married, that she's already taken him to the house, to the cleaners, and he got 5 baby mamas in the same year. I don't understand how people got to be so nasty that they're just flip-flopping these girls, and these girls are just trying to have as many baby daddies as possible. We have Stephon Diggs, and I'm going to say the Cowboys may have dodged the bullet, because you'll remember a few years ago, Trayvon said, and Stephon said they wanted to play, with the brothers wanted to play together. And we're like, oh, Stephon Diggs, man, that guy, he's a baller. He's a baller, all right. He's a baller, all right. He's got legal troubles galore. And I don't know what he's thinking, because he's on the tail end of his career. He worked his ass out of Minnesota, worked his ass out of Buffalo. And today there's a thing that he may be on thin ice with New England, because his performance has kind of tailed off the last 7 games or so that he's been under 50 yards. He's got an arraignment that happens now that the Super Bowl's over. They put it off till after the Super Bowl for not paying his chef and allegedly assaulting her. And then there's possibly another assault about his Ferrari that was getting moved from Florida via Houston to New England, and something happened with it, and he allegedly went after that guy. Then there's Cardi B. Cardi B, another one of his baby mamas. Cardi B, who had planned a $1.2 million party. Now, I don't know what you get for $1.2 million for a party, but that's like Adam Jones going to Vegas in a weekend, making it rain for $1 million. $1.2 million for a party. Do you know, if you put $1 million, see, this is what doesn't make sense to me. If NFL players said, okay, I got a $20 million contract. Okay, I know 9 of it's going to go to taxes. Let's say I take $2 million of that and I just put it in the stock market and don't touch it. That's my retirement money. $2 million for each of those years. And let's say you play for 5 years. That's $10 million. Do you realize that if you put $10 million in the stock market, you basically would be getting just in interest about $700,000 to $1 million a year, every year. You could live a great life as a pension for $1 million a year. That money could just sit there and you just take the interest off of it. We got people spending $1 million for a freaking party. And so this is what I want you to, this is just blows my mind. But check this out.
Ring? Is Cardi getting her ring?
Is Cardi getting her ring?
It's on the agenda, maybe, right? Right? I got to get mine first, though.
I got to get mine first.
Wait, did Cardi B just break the internet? She is spending $1.2 million on a Super Bowl party. $1.2 million for one party for Stephon Diggs and their friends.
Just woke back up, but social media is clowning Cardi B because it was shown that she unfollowed Stephon Diggs and he unfollowed her after the Super Bowl. To add insult to injury, they claim she actually left the Super Bowl a little after the halftime show. Blog pages also show that his other baby mama was there front and center with their newborn wearing his jersey number. Now social media is clowning her, saying she spent 1.2 mil for no reason. Some saying that this was just a publicity stunt, that if he won the Super Bowl, she would have gladly stayed in order to flex. Even Offset fans are saying that she chose a dude that she knew was worse than Offset. I'm gonna be honest, the only people that are shocked by this situation are the parasocial Cardi B fans, because sports fans been told y'all how Stephon Diggs is. The man keep getting exposed for crazy wild stuff while he with Cardi. Some of y'all actually believe the Patriots was gonna win because of Cardi B and Stephon Diggs' relationship. That's what really was funny to me. Y'all lost money for no reason, but y'all kept excusing all that off the strength of y'all hate Offset so much y'all want her relationship with this man to work so bad.
I don't understand it. Can somebody explain it to me? Are you, wait a minute. Your girl, who's got her own money, she got her own thing. Gina Dallas Diva, welcome. Help Miranda. You sitting there talking about giving her a ring if you get your ring, and you got another one of your baby mamas there with your newborn baby there at the Super Bowl while she's planning a $1.2 million party? What? Are you serious? Do you just have so much money that you just don't know what to do with it? Am I the one that's crazy here? How many people think that Stephon Diggs won't be broke within 3 years of being in the NFL? How many people? I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious. You are making generational wealth that should be setting yourself up for the rest of your life. You've got a short window of time where you're going to make a lifetime worth of money, and you're going to sit there and waste it. And all of these you can't put lipstick on a pig is right, Rhonda. Shout out to I am literally blown away by the nastiness of your Cardi B. Why you knew dude was partying on the boat, passing around substance in a bottle with all these other hoes, and you think, oh, I can change him. I mean, I thought, if you're Cardi B, that you'd be above the regular, chicken necks. That oh, that's my man. He's got them other hoes and all that, but I'm his real boo. I'm his real boo. That's some crazy shit, man. That's some crazy shit. That's why you hear like T.O., with all of these different children, broke. T.O. is younger than me, got no retirement. What you gonna do? It's not like the judge gonna say, well, you're broke, so you ain't got to pay for those child support. You got that child support you got to pay. All these damn kids, all these women, the ex-wives, you're just getting used, man. Used up and spit out. And you need to wake the hell up and stop being so damn nasty. Who knows what kind of shit you all passing around here? These hoes and stuff, man. Hubby can't stand the ratchet hoes. I mean, seriously. I'm not trying to. I'm sorry. It's just nasty. Maybe I'm old, but this flip-flopping with every girl on the street, man, I'm not trying to have my shit fall off. And heaven forbid, bringing something back to the one you do care about. That's just wrong, man. They call Klay Thompson the simp. What's up, 49er fan? Actually, you can't put lipstick on a pig. I just wouldn't wouldn't recommend pork in it. You can park it if you want to be careful. The hills have eyes. Dirty, you so nasty. But seriously, why is Cardi B tied up and having a baby with this mother humper? It just don't make any sense. George Foreman would spend $45,000 on a damn dog and then put him in the same kegs with the English bulldog and chew up his legs and decapitate his worth to $2. That's some sick shit too. See, I'm going to say I've actually met a few NFL players that weren't going to be like that. And Eagle fans, I know you hate Nnamdi Asomugha, but Nnamdi is not going to be one of those guys that'll be broke. Nomney was driving a Maxima when we met him back in like 2012, before he got the big contract with the Eagles where he stole money. In his family, he was considered kind of a failure because his brothers and sisters were doctors and lawyers and things like that. And they're like, oh, you're a football player / actor. But he was tight with his money. He wouldn't spend shit. You know? What was the running back from Washington? Morris. Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris? I think it was Alfred Morris. He was a guy who was literally riding a bicycle to practice with the Commanders. And he was like, I'm going to hold on to my money. I'm going to hold on to it. Because that money, I'm going to tell you, money has one thing to say, and that is goodbye. It's easy to spend it, but when you get in debt, it's hard to pay that shit off because it's all stacked against you. So the best way is don't play that. What's up, Cowboys? Lady Libra in the house. Rhonda Sparks in the house. Yeah, I seen he shot. He will be okay, though. I don't know if he'll be okay or not. His ass might end up in jail. See, this is one of those cases where he's got not one. So let's say, hypothetically, he's got the first case where he's gone after the chef that he had. Okay. Let's say he gets put on probation for that one and, so on. Then you got another case right behind it where you done gone after another dude. So you got these two cases. Now you got the NFL that's looking and saying, you're messing up with the shield. You're making us look bad. You already have New England saying, you know what? This might not work out. And at his age and the baggage that he's carrying, you could very well be out of the NFL. You could say the same thing about Diggs. Diggs, who, hasn't been able to perform, Trayvon, because of the knee injuries. The Cowboys kind of let him go, and a desperate Green Bay Packers team brought him in and kind of like, yeah, okay, well, we brought him in for Micah, and we hoped that he might have something in the tank. No. See you. They didn't even give him an off season to say, let's see what you have. They're like, no, we're just done. You could be looking at the two of them not back in the NFL. And so as you have a girlfriend who was going to spend $1.2 million for a freaking party, Super Bowl party, you know his ass is going to be broke. Bro, I'm just laying in bed sad. Bright guy, I'm just laying in bed sad. What? I hope everything's okay, Tay. Tay, are you? Sending prayers your way, girl. No woman should be laying in bed sad. That's sad. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You got that right. But can you turn a housewife into your hoe? Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Travis Henry has a baby mama in every city. What the hell was he thinking? Right. You know, and see, this is where you have to be smart enough to understand the game that's being played. They want you to be their baby daddy because you are an NFL player that's got a lot of money. These are NFL. I remember Ainsley Battles, former NFL player, was telling me, okay, you see, everybody thinks, oh, my God, I want to be a football player. Actually, I don't think you necessarily do. The amount of pain and agony and things that you have to do to keep your body going on the field, the painkillers that you have to take, the shots, the steroids, the amount of work. When you literally have your hamstring ripped off the bone, having the surgeries and then trying to get back, or having your ankle completely snapped, okay? And like what Mike is going to have to go through to try and get this ACL and stuff back to strength to be able to do what he's doing. But there's no guarantees. Now, you know, some of y'all will make a whole bunch of money. But when you think that the NFL career is about 3.5 years, and when you're drafted, you get a 4-year deal, the majority of the players are never going to get the big money. Think about Dak Prescott being a 4th-round draft pick. Let's say Dak Prescott was a typical 4th-round draft pick. His career was over before the 4th year. He got $680,000 3 years in a row. And let's say football is the only thing that you know because you were a pampered athlete. You didn't go to class. You didn't take advantage and get your degree. You've made, in essence, $2 million. You look at that and say, hey, that's great. Well, Uncle Sam's taking half of that. You got $1 million, no education, no career. What are you going to do for the rest of your life? What are you going to do? And sadly, a lot of them are finding out the hard way. There was a guy, Ainsley was telling me about, that he kept getting cut and brought back. He got cut and brought back so many times that sometimes they'd forget to let him know that he'd been cut. Dude would come in, sat down in his locker, grabs his shoes, and it's like, damn, the shoe don't fit. Another guy comes up, it's like, bro, you in my locker, what are you doing? And he looks up, oh, that's not my name anymore. I've been cut again. What if you've been injured where you can't play anymore? You're permanently disabled. Maybe you had a career. You know, like the Fridge, he was a bricklayer. So after football, he went back to laying bricks. And then he had health complications. In the meantime, you're sitting here now spending buku money on celebrity chefs and transporting your Ferrari from Miami to New York, and now you got lawsuits there. It's like, dude, y'all have to be a little smarter than this. I'm not saying don't spend and have some fun, but damn, don't spend it as fast as it gets there. NFL is a short life. You're right about that. And the thing about the NFL is they love you when you can perform and provide for us. When we're done with you, we're done with you. That's it. And they're going to do everything they can for their benefit. Their doctor's going to tell you, you're okay, you can play out there, take this shot. Oh, no, your shoulder's not screwed up. Yeah, it's just a sprain. Here, take these pills, even though they may end up making your brain bleed. So, yeah. Y'all need to recognize and learn. So, as Cowboy fans, now that we're here in the offseason, I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent, but do you really think you're getting Crosby? Listen, man, let me say this much. For those out there that want to come at me and say, you're an idiot, okay? You don't know what you're talking about. You shouldn't talk. You should stop doing videos. The thing is you watch and you react. You watch, you react, you comment. You know that is every YouTuber's dream, that you find that thing that makes people maybe happy, sad, mad, whatever it is, but keeps them hooked on. Now, I don't know if the Cowboys can get Max Crosby. If you had said to me last year that the Cowboys could get Quinnen Williams, that the Cowboys would trade for Quinnen Williams, this time last year, I would have said, oh, shit. I was like, Cowboy, if honestly, think about this. If somebody had said this time last year, the Dallas Cowboys are going to trade a first-round pick and get Quinnen Williams. Oh, shit. You'd say, The Cowboys are not going to give up a first-round pick for Quinnen Williams. If you had said this time last year, the Cowboys were going to trade for George Pickens. Oh, shit! And that George Pickens was going to have over 1,400 yards. You'd say, you're crazy. Cowboys ain't trading for Dick. They ain't, no. You right? Am I wrong? Tay, I know how that is. I feel you. I definitely take a day off when I'm tired. What's going on with Tay? Where's my girl, Tay? The Diggs brothers are not taking the blessings of being a ball player seriously. You're right about that, Tay. Yeah, I think I just got dealing with exhaustion from working so much. I took the day off to rest. Don't kill yourself. Definitely. You know, that's one of those things that I get motivated by getting stuff done, but sometimes I overdo it, and I'm learning now. At 60, I can't do what I used to. Find that diamond in the rough that everybody just overlooked. So, back to, do I think the Cowboys could get Max Crosby? Well, at this point, anything is possible. Is it likely? I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of people who may want to try and get Max Crosby if he's available. The question will be, and the Cowboys don't like to get in bidding wars with people. The Cowboys don't like to get in bidding wars. And to be real with you, I don't know that taking a lot of draft capital to get Max Crosby is beneficial as. Okay, and we should be back. Back again. Mark is back. Sorry about that. My system froze. Forgive me. My system froze up on us. Okay, and hopefully y'all are still here. Be patient, everyone. Thank you. Now we hear you. Okay, hopefully you see me too. Brother, can you see me? Brother. Okay, I'm back. So, you were asking, could we get Max Crosby? I don't know that Max Crosby, if we're talking about giving up a first and other picks, is the best spend. I think that there are players in free agency that maybe you end up getting along with using your pick. Did I freeze up again? Okay, my CPU is rather high. Hold on. Hold on. Hang on. What is... Okay. Hang on, good people. I think I got too much open and my CPU is running hot. Okay, let's try it now and see if that reduced. Okay. That seemed like it's reduced. Okay.
It is a bit scary to.
Okay, there we go. Okay. I think that'll do it. I hope that'll do it. CPU is now at 75%. Okay, 35%. All right. So I'm not sure what the hell happened, but we got it straight. Okay, I'm good now, at least for the moment. Do I think we can get Max Crosby? You know what? The Cowboys can do anything that they want to if they want to. Nope, out of sync again? I'm out of sync? I'm out of sync? Don't tell me that. Okay, well, we're just going to have to do the best we can. We're going to do the best we can for the next 22 minutes, okay? Okay. No face? What do you mean? I see my face right now. It's right there. There's my... See, Vinny, you're playing. You're playing. Y'all playing with me now. Okay. No face cowboy. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying no face as in you're not seeing my face. Okay. I get confused real easy. Okay, so do I think we can get Max Crosby? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But people are saying, well, why don't you just go for Trey Henderson? Well, Trey Henderson's older, and he is more of a guy, a down in the dirt defensive end. And what you really need is you actually need outside linebackers, which are basically a defensive end that's standing up, 2-point stance, that can sometimes drop in coverage. So I'm not sure that Trey Henderson really fits what you're doing, although good players, you find a way to make them work. Max Crosby would definitely fit what they're doing, provided his offseason surgery is, successful and he's not, any problems there. Of course, he wants a long-term deal and he wants to get paid. So there's that situation too that you have to deal with. But here's what, at least, Adam Schefter. I love how it's breaking news that they come out with and they say, oh, the Cowboys could be using the franchise tag on George Pickens. Is anybody surprised by that notion? Haven't we been talking about that for quite a while? Now, I've been talking about it and saying, I'd rather not. I would rather you, instead of just saying, oh, we'll just buy some more time. We'll just franchise tag him. We got till July 15th to get the deal done. Let's just do that. We ain't got to worry. No, get the thing done now. Don't wait. Make him feel wanted. Make him feel there's a sense of urgency to get this thing done so that maybe he gets a sense of urgency to say, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to earn this paycheck. So Adam Schefter comes out, of course, Super Bowl week. The Dallas Cowboys look to be franchise tagging. Bro, we've been talking about that shit for weeks, months. And so now what comes out is allegedly Max Crosby supposedly tells Tom Brady, I don't want to play for the Raiders ever again. I'm done. And before you all get all worked up and say, oh, my God, he's going for it. Myles Garrett said the exact same thing about this time last year. I'm not going to play for the Cleveland Browns. I'm done. I'm out of here. There's no way. I don't care how much money it is. Hey, Myles. Hey, bro. How about $40 million? I love the Cleveland Browns. Bring that doo-doo Browns on over here. So here's Adam Schefter with Pat McAfee about Max Crosby.
Yeah, I'm still in the green room. Am I allowed to leave here Friday? I got here 9 a.m. Friday morning. I'm waiting to leave here. I haven't gotten your clearance yet. Am I allowed to go yet or not?
Yeah, what all happened? So I do apologize. I wanted you to join us live so that we could thank you for the season that was. You showed up for us every time we needed you, and then one thing led to another. People got stacked. I heard you were back there potentially holding court a little bit. Heard you met some people and everything like that. And then whenever I go back for the next break, I'm like, is Shefty here? They're like, no, he had to leave. I'm like, got it. We apologize there for that. Want to let you know that. We apologize.
All good. I just left there 5 minutes ago, so it's time to go catch a flight home.
All right, yeah.
Could we get to it, please?
We knew there was going to be a little something, as there should have been. Okay, let's chit-chat a little bit about said Super Bowl, and then we'll move to off-season storylines because Max Crosby's going to be a huge part of that entire thing. Big storyline coming out of last night is that the Seattle Seahawks defense might be legendary yet again, that the Patriots are potentially in a spot where they're going to be okay. What are your thoughts? What are you hearing around Super Bowl time about how the game actually went last night?
Well, I think the Seahawks defense cemented itself as one of the great defenses of all time. I still like the Bears and the Ravens all-time defenses, but this Seahawks defense last night, they got so much pressure on Drake May. To me, they go down with the Denver Broncos team that won in 2015. They go down with the Legion of Boom team that won a Super Bowl and almost won 2. They're in that upper echelon of defenses. They gave New England nothing last night. But to me, the story of this postseason and this Super Bowl, people will always remember it as the time in which Sam Darnold overcame everything that he did to go from seeing ghosts in New York to seeing his reflection in the Vince Lombardi Trophy to bouncing around the league from New York to Carolina to San Francisco to Minnesota to finally winning a Super Bowl in Seattle. 5 teams. Nobody's ever done that before, starting and winning. And it's just an amazing journey to get to where he wound up. And he's deserving of it. He obviously played a great postseason. He did not have a turnover all postseason long, which, during the season, they were second in the league, most turnovers behind only Minnesota. And then they play clean, flawless football in the postseason.
Get on the Max Crosby.
Job. And I think people always remember that. And it's amazing. He's in that draft class 2018 that produced Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. And he's the first quarterback in that draft class to win the Super Bowl. And him and Josh Allen are very, very close. And as much as Josh Allen would love to reach and win a Super Bowl, I'm sure he's incredibly happy for his good friend Sam Darnold for winning Super Bowl 60 last night.
Yeah, and people are going to hold Sam Darnold over Josh Allen's head for the rest of his career until he wins a Super Bowl with how this whole thing has gone and how we judge postseasons. Lamar as well and Baker. Congrats to Sam on that. Feels like he's a perfect fit for McDonald in Seattle. Let's talk about McDonald. When he got hired to Seattle, I think we expected him to get a head coaching job, but we didn't know much about him. He wasn't at Baltimore.
I must have got the wrong. I must have watched this. Had the shorter clip before I got booted. Okay.
Washington, which wanted to hire him.
Sorry, let me see if I can find it.
Absolute beast. I think Joe.
Damn, did I get the wrong one?
He would like to be traded. And then the question becomes, is he actually traded?
Here we go.
Look, I think Max isn't overly thrilled to be there right now. I don't know exactly what he did or didn't say to Tom Brady. I think there's a feeling around the league that he would like to be traded. And then the question becomes, is he actually traded? The Raiders prefer not to trade him. Now, it depends how dug in and how headstrong Max is here in this particular situation. They just signed him to a contract extension a year ago. Mark Davis always has loved Max Crosby. They've got a new head coach coming in Clint Kubiak. They're going to have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Fernando Mendoza is going to be a Raider. They have $90 million in cap space. And it could be that Max has grown so disenchanted with being there that he absolutely wants to move on. But I think that there may be a window to sit him down and say, look, you can be a big part of this turnaround here. And I know that
they've already done that, 3 times, Shefty? They've already done it 3 times.
I got it. I know that they would prefer not to trade him.
You are 100% right on that, Sugar Daddy.
That if they're even going to listen, and I'm sure they probably will wind up listening, I was told it would take a Micah Parsons type package to even consider dealing Max Crosby. Now, is somebody going to give up all that the Cowboys gave up from Micah Parsons? I don't know. We'll see. But I think with these situations, he may want out of there, and they may be open to listening to it, but there's still some steps that have to unfold here before we know exactly how this will play out.
How far into the future? Because the NBA trades like 2030.
Okay. There's a method to my madness here. Because I have to say that whole thing was bullshit. Max Crosby may have said, hey, I'm sick of this place. Tom, I'm not playing here. That may be the case. But everything you got from Adam Schefter was possible scenarios. Well, it could be that he forces his hand out of here, but, they do have a new coach coming in and Clint Kubiak, and they got $90 million, and he could say, they could sit him down and get him to want to stay and be part of the turnaround, but it could be that there's a Micah Parsons kind of it's like, wait a minute, where are the facts here? Where's the meat on the bone? This is like, what's the dude, Salt Bay, can I eat the gold tinfoil? No, I don't give a rat's ass about the gold tinfoil. What's the meat like up underneath of there? It's great for presentation. It's all fluff. I don't need the fluff. Give me the facts. Give me the damn steak. Okay, give me the steak. I don't care what it's coming. Listen, I don't care if it's coming in on a piece of wood, on a plate, or whatever. I don't need you to put salt on your sweaty elbow or anything else. Yeah, I can put my own salt on it. Just give me the meat. Adam Schefter never gives you the meat. And that's what she said. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Adam Schefter never gives you the meat. It's like, okay, thank you, Captain Obvious. And the same thing with the whole, the Cowboys could be using the franchise tag on George Pickens. Okay, yes, thank you. Is this breaking news? No. We've talked about it. And then, of course, the next day, that wasn't getting a good enough response. Then it was the Cowboys could use the non-exclusive trade tag on George Pickens. Yeah, they could. They could. But who told you that they were going to? Did anybody? Or are you just putting out there a possible scenario and making it sound like it's fucking news when it's not? Let's be clear here. If they do put the non-exclusive tag on George Pickens, then he can negotiate with other teams, which is a true statement. That team would have to work out a deal that would be to his liking and give up 2 first-round picks for George Pickens. Now, a year ago, we had GMs allegedly hanging up the phone and laughing about trading for George Pickens. And now, a year later, we're going to have people that are going to give up 2 first-round picks. I'm going to say, in all of the time there have been franchise tags and a salary cap, it has only been used twice where somebody actually gave up 2 picks. And would you believe that the Dallas Cowboys are one of them? The Dallas Cowboys ended up going for a franchise-tagged Joey Galloway, giving up 2 first-round picks for him because they thought they were just a wide receiver away. And he messed up his knee in training camp and never did shit for the Cowboys. So as we sit here, what's crazy to me is...
So right now, Ralph James...
What's crazy to me is we're debating on whether or not to pay George Pickens. I still will say the potential of George Pickens that he has shown with working with Dak Prescott, who elevates players around. I know, I got Eagle fans and 49er fans that'll say Dak is garbage, but I tell you what, Dak gets people paid. Dak gets the most out of the wide receivers. And if you want to say that Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, I there's no point me even talking to you because you don't know anything about football. Sam Darnold was on a great team that was led by their defense. Defense is key now. Defense is back, bitches. George Pickens has been like 2 of our number 2 wide receivers combined and then some. We have looked since getting rid of Amari Cooper, who left with 861 yards. How many of y'all, let me ask you, how many of y'all, after we got rid of Amari Cooper, said, my God, if we only had Amari Cooper back? Why did we trade Amari Cooper for a 5th-round pick? Damn, we sure could have used Amari Cooper here. How many of y'all last year were saying, hey, we might bring back Amari Cooper, right? The last year Amari Cooper was here with the Cowboys, he had 861 yards. 861. Noah Brown had about 550 the next year as our second leading wide receiver. Brandon Cooks had, I want to say 650. And then I want to say that Jalen Tolbert had about 550. Those were your last three number 2 wide receivers before George Pickens. So, tell me again why the Cowboys should get rid of him. I'll wait. Yeah, brother. And we got to spend money this offseason. And I'm going to say something bad. Miss Rhonda can handle me. Ooh, oh, shit. But, Nick, you might want to be careful because her hubby, I'm going to tell you, they sent me a great cooking knife. That sucker is sharp as could be.
Choppy, looking at a $28 million price tag.
What the heck? 105 fan just keeps popping up here like it's nothing. He might slice and dice you there. I'm just saying, be careful. And Rhonda ain't going nowhere because hubby cook good, and he handle his business. He handled his business. Okay, so Nick J, you know, I understand where you're at, but just be careful, man. Just be careful. And on the real, it might not be that you have to worry about her husband. It might be Miss Rhonda. You might be running for the hills, man. I'm telling you, bro. You think you can handle it. You think you can. All right. I'm just saying. Be careful. You've got to be more careful. I thought that was the price of the night. Yeah. I keep that knife right there because anybody come in this house, hey, they're getting sliced and diced by that thing. Did I see Jalen Hurts with Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, Peyton, and Eli yesterday? Yeah. Okay. And? All right. Oh, Eagle fans, you guys got yourself a new offensive line coach today. Look, Ron said he has one too. I bet he's got two. I bet he's got one for each hand. Yeah. So for Eagle fans that are here, you got David Cooper. Is it David Cooper? Is that how you pronounce it? Chris Cooper. Chris Cooper, okay, not to be confused with David Cooper, who in his career coaching Combine High School 2015 as offensive line coach, okay. So Jeff Stoutland was already coaching the Eagles before his first gig. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! He went to the Miami Dolphins as offensive quality control coach. And the Miami Dolphins don't have much quality in their offense. I'm just saying. He was an assistant offensive line coach for the Miami Dolphins. And then he went to Denver in 2019 and was an assistant offensive line coach, where he went to the Minnesota Vikings 22 to 25 and was the offensive line coach and has now been hired by the Eagles. I'm curious to hear how Eagle fans feel about this hire. And Eagle fans, Logan Motorsport, Philadelphia. I know Philly 500 will say, breaking news, Howie does it again. And that this guy is going to be the greatest coach, the greatest offensive line coach since Tony Wise of the Dallas Cowboys. The chef's going to put the samurai on y'all. Okay. Ooh. I tell you what. Did I stir some shit up, Rhonda? Did I stir some shit up? I'm telling you, that knife is so sharp that I can literally shave hair off my arm. It's literally that sharp. So just be careful. Philly is delusional. I'll give him a chance, Mark. Well, you ain't got no choice but to give him a chance. He's been hired. I don't know who he's going to coach since Landon Dickerson and Lane Johnson might be retiring. Bry guy wide open. What's up, Philadelphia? Okay, so 105.3, the fan's been trying to jump in here. So let me give a quick update before we get out of here from them.
For GP.
Yeah, and that's a problem. Because with the tag, you can't manipulate that number at all.
Well,
if you were to sign him,
boy, we talked about that also.
Oh yeah, of
Wouldn't
course.
be possible.
If you sign him to a long-term deal, I mean that $28 million number could become like 10 for this year. You never know what you can make it to. So that stinks. But it's good that you're guaranteed the idea that he could be here. You're not guaranteed anything because he could just say I'm going to pull Le'Veon Bell.
And
right?
They may deal him,
and
according to one insider. Let me give you the facts first that you need to know. They'll have until July 15th to negotiate a multi-year deal. His career earnings up to this point is $6.7 million. The current market rate, we're looking at 40. So if the non-exclusive tag is applied, any other team would be eligible to sign him to an offer sheet. The Cowboys would then have the right to match, and 2 first-round picks would come as compensation if they don't. So George can withhold his services until he gets his contract, since he's not technically under contract, and that's why all the tampering with the Packers and Micah and Jordan Love should really not be looked upon as illegal. So there you go. $28 million, July 15th to work it out.
Yeah, and it's still not official, so he can be tagged. It's starting next Tuesday. Yep. So a week from tomorrow, they can actually place the tag. But they've allegedly made their decision that they're going to. But that's the funny thing. Like, Schefter's reporting it yesterday as though they've made their decision. It's like they made their decision 6 months ago.
Thank you.
Or whatever it was. And it's something we've all been talking about for 3 months, that they're going to tag him.
Should have reported officially.
I know. This is I guess this is where we're at now. But that's the fascinating end of this, is the fact that you could work out some sort of a deal to move him and get capital back. Because I think I got to double check, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't have to be just an ironclad 2 first-round picks. So if a team's scared off by the 2 first-round picks but wants to give something up, and you're interested, I think you can negotiate a deal that's lower than that. And so we'll see what they would do. It would be an unpopular move, I feel like, if you listen to the guys that were out there at the Pro Bowl last week. They all sounded like they want him here. Clayton Adams talked about how the thing he was most excited about getting into this offseason was going to be how he's able to use both of them to their maximum abilities, CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. So, I don't know that I'd be gung-ho about it. I don't know that I'd be seeking it out. But if the right deal came around and you presented it, then I'd be like, okay, I mean, we can talk about it for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to be happy with what Ian Rappaport throws out here as possible compensation. But remember, Rappaport did start mentioning a trade when it came to Micah. And we're like, no, Jerry, he signs whoever he wants. He never lets a big superstar get away. They won't lose all those jerseys in the Team Pro Shop. But Rappaport did mention it. Long before it happened, here's what he had to say about this on NFL Network.
Obviously, the Cowboys are going to franchise tag him, something we've known for quite some time, but that doesn't necessarily mean that George Pickens is going to stay in Dallas. My understanding is that a tag and trade scenario is considered to be a possibility for Dallas, and actually the value would make some sense here. Traded for him for a 3rd-round pick. Maybe, let's say, they could get a 2nd-rounder, just throwing something out there, for instance. That would be really good value for Dallas. Another team would then be able to lock Pickens up on a long-term deal, give him the security that he wants. The Cowboys have shown a willingness to trade their star players for significant draft pick compensation.
Don't say.
Heard about it. Maybe those players have the same.
Okay. Now, we're already been here over an hour. But why would you trade George Pickens for a 2nd-round pick when we suck at 2nd-round picks? I'm just saying. The highway is littered with Dallas Cowboys 2nd-round picks. From Jalen Smith to Tristan Hill to Boss Man Fat to Sam Williams to Marshawn Nealon to Trayvon Diggs. We are ass when it comes to 2nd-round picks. I'm kind of happy we don't have one this year to fuck up. So if the Cowboys were going to trade George Pickens, who's coming off a 1,409 TD season, and you're telling me the best we're going to do is a 2nd-round pick? I have to say, F you, Ian Rappaport. F you. Jerry and Steven and Will McClay. That ain't enough compensation for George Pickens. Let's be real. They act like they still, when they come to keep people, silly. Oh, they act silly. You know what? I'm not, Sugar Daddy, I'm with you. I don't know why. It's the offseason now. Dallas Cowboys are always a hot topic, and stirring up shit is what they want to do. That's just the way it is. You know, when you're a Cowboy fan, you're always in the damn weeds with all the talking heads. All righty, good people. Day one is over of the NFL offseason. Yay! 1 month, and we'll at least have free agency. All right, good people. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.